Good evening, everybody. Thank you for attending this evening. It's nice to see a big crowd. Some people would say not necessarily, but it's always nice to have citizens here to be engaged. So we welcome you all. We'll open with a prayer by Mr. Glavin and then the Pledge of Allegiance by Phil Frisbee. Mr. Glavin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Bow your heads. Heavenly Father, Almighty God, we gather today as the Biloxi City Council, deeply grateful for the privilege to serve this cherished saltwater city and its resilient citizens. Grant us wisdom, humility, and foresight as we deliberate the decisions before us tonight. May our choices protect our rich heritage, strengthen our community, and pave the way for our prosperous future. Bless our residents, our city workers, and all who call Biloxi home. Keep us united in purpose, guided by integrity, and always dedicated to the betterment of our beautiful coastal home. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, beautiful. Need this to hit you if you get out of line. Thank you, Mr. Glavin. Thank you, Mr. Frisbee. This time I'll entertain a motion to suspend the rules.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Glavin.
Second.
Second by Mr. Creel. All right, if the clerk,
Same thing.
oh, excuse me, we have to vote on that. All in favor of suspending the rules? It's approved on a 7-0 vote for the clerk. Thank you. The clerk would read the changes.
To the consent agenda, we're substituting item 5E, Exhibit B only, resolution adopting the program year action plan for the CDBG entitlement program. To the routine agenda, we're substituting the resolution to remove Mays properties and adding a docket in the amount of $189,116.54.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to approve the amended agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Creel,
Second.
second by Mr. Glavin. Any discussion?
None.
Nope.
There being no discussion, all in favor? It's approved on a 7-0 vote for the clerk. All right, this time we come to the mayor's report.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I'd like to everyone, all smiling faces here, and I hope you're smiling by the end of the night, too. So, but I'm just kidding, okay? Nobody, we want to welcome you here. But I do appreciate you being here. I know generally what your concerns are, and we've got some information. And I think we'll push through these challenges that we're going to have, both budgetary and other things and challenges that we have. So we want to move forward, for Biloxi and for its citizens and the quality of life that we all enjoy. And before, I think Matthew's here. Marva? No, I think Matt. Okay, we want to do a little singer or encore singer update, please. Andrea. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Andrea Deaton. I'm with Encore Sanger, the management company over the Biloxi Sanger.
Could you pull the mic a little closer, and we need to be sure it's on?
Sure can.
Oh, that's better. All right, we can hear you.
Thank you so much. As I said before, my name is Andrea Deaton. I'm with Encore Sanger, the management company that's over the Biloxi Sanger Theater. I wanted to go ahead and thank all of you individually for the opportunity to provide a brief update on operations at the Sanger Theater. I am super excited to share this report with you all. Since you guys are probably most interested in the numbers, that's where we're going to start. Since Encore Sanger has taken over stewardship of the Biloxi Sanger Theater, we have shared with the city a total revenue of $7,201.20. By month, for April, that was $600. May, that was $1,296. And for June, that was $5,305. In addition to the revenue that we were able to give back to the city of Biloxi, we've also increased the foot traffic downtown for a total of over 450 personnel at the homecoming event, 141 for our Gary Michaels event, and over 550 at the Blackwater Brass Concert. For our upcoming performances, we currently have 5 upcoming performances that have been booked and deposits have been paid, starting August 22nd with the Den Encore Concert, Zach Russian Comedian in October, the Biloxi Civic Orchestra in October, and the Nutcracker Ballet and a Christmas piano recital, both in December. Our local business impact have included shout-outs from the Scoop for the increased foot traffic downtown, which we're very, very appreciative of. And we look forward to these continued events and also participating in local Biloxi events such as Christmas on the Avenue and Cruising the Coast. And that is all I have for you. Thank you, gentlemen, so much.
Thank you. Were there any questions?
Question real
Mr.
quick.
Creel.
August 22nd, I'm sorry, what was the concert you mentioned?
Yes, that is the Den Encore Concert. So the Den is the Dynamic Enrichment Network. They are a local nonprofit. They are set out of Ocean Springs. They do most of their events at the Mary C. O'Keefe Center. But this is a concert that is going to highlight their most recent performances of Beauty and the Beast, Next to Normal, and Percy Jackson, as well as a preview of their upcoming musical, Mean Girls, that will be October at the Mary C. O'Keefe Center as well. So,
Okay, as far as your operations on the infrastructure on the inside, how are repairs and how's that progressing inside?
so there's a lot of progress being made. Over the course of the last week, we've been making a lot of electrical updates to support the new infrastructure that we're going to have coming in. We're also in the process of updating the numbering lettering system that's currently on the seats as well. So that should be completed, I believe, by the end of next week, if all goes well. So right now, everything's rolling along about the pace that we expected.
Okay, and I believe when we first started this partnership, you guys were going to be instrumental in the fundraising aspects as well. Are we getting on board with the fundraising or?
Yes, absolutely. We are in the process of currently applying for several grants, some of which have already been applied for. One, you'll have to forgive me, I don't know the exact name of the grant, but it is a project to increase the foot traffic for downtown Biloxi. I believe that has already been filed, but I can definitely get you more information on that.
Okay, and then as far as the inside with the bricks and the chairs and things of that nature, have we started organizing anything on that end as far as? Because the only reason I'm asking is we have loans that are outstanding that are pending fundraising efforts to pay back. So I'm just trying to figure out when we're gonna.
Absolutely. So I don't have those numbers in front of me, but I will make sure to take a note of that and I'll get you an updated report.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the information.
Thank you.
Let me, a couple of exciting things. You mentioned the Civic Orchestra, and this is really, I think they had about 10 or 12 of those folks on the homecoming night. Is that right?
That's
and it
correct.
was amazing, the sound. And I think the whole orchestra consists of 60 folks, I think. And that will knock some people's socks off when you hear that sound. And this is not your Gulf Coast Symphony professional folks, but this is young people who probably will rise to the role. But I mean, it was outstanding, and we're encouraged. And what date was that performance going to be?
The Biloxi Civic Orchestra will be October 25th, and it's actually a combination of older and younger symphony members. And it's really an amazing program that they have, that they pair up the more experienced and the less experienced musicians so that they can learn from each other and grow that movement on the Gulf Coast.
It was great. And to Councilman Creel, we're kind of collaborating, the sponsorships and some of the things that you do at some of the churches, bricks and those kinds of things. But we'll move forward with that. But yeah, the whole thing has been exciting and looking forward to the future. So thank you, Andrea.
Wonderful. Do I have any further questions?
Thank you, Ms. Dean, for that report. Appreciate it.
Much.
Thank you.
Okay, before we go on, I'd like to ask the council to spread the expenses. No, we can do that next. Then we'll roll that into reports. Spread the expenses of the Biloxi travel credit card to the minutes, and then we'll proceed. So that concludes my report. And we're on to report.
Thank you. I'll move on to the departmental reports. Mr. Weaver.
Yes, sir. I'm asked Jamie Lee to come up, and working with the mayor, the council, and the community, we have discussed several methods to retain the operations in the Parks and Rec Department, and I'm going to ask Jamie Lee to kind of give those comments.
Good evening, council. Good evening, council. administration, citizens of Biloxi, community. Just to give you kind of a oversight of what we've got going on in the department, this past Friday, we hosted our Summer Splash Movie Bash at the Point Cadet. It was a family-friendly event which began around 6 p.m. and we showed the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. It was well-attended, well-received, had 75 people or so there. I'd like to give a thanks to the Junior Auxiliary of Biloxi Ocean Springs for helping sponsor the fun and games, and also the Lynn Meadows Discovery Center, who provided arts and crafts for the children to enjoy. The splash pad was a big hit down there also during the event. And I'd like to also shout out to Gulf Coast Inflatables for providing a Mr. SpongeBob character who showed up during the movie. So it was a really good event, and we're already looking at planning the next one here in the fall. Our football registration is completing up. Numbers are down just a little bit, but nothing to be concerned about. So we're looking excited to get that season started off here in the next few weeks. And as Director Weaver was talking about, you know, just some of the things that we wanted to put out there for the community, for you guys, of different ways that we are trying to come up with to keep one of our facilities open and be in the Snyder Center pool. You know, we're actively looking for lifeguards. It's not as easy as people think. It's not just someone that we can go out and say, hey, you know, come lifeguard for us. This is something that has been going on, that we're pushing hard for. We're not seeing the people who are interested in the profession, and that's a nationwide problem. That's not just a problem in Biloxi, Mississippi. We're doing everything we can. We're trying to come up with some creative ways of where we can keep that facility open. Maybe it's, you know, getting a couple staff to operate it. Maybe it's opening up with one. Maybe it's opening up with none. But we are looking at ways. I would like to ask the community if there are any pool users, seniors, et cetera, who are interested in becoming a lifeguard, to reach out to us. Come see us, call the natatorium. You know, maybe we can look at doing some volunteer work to help keep that facility open. Going back to the original statement, you know, we've been getting a lot of questions, calls, emails. Well, just hire some lifeguards. Well, in order to be a lifeguard, you have to be certified through an agency. The one we currently use is the American Red Cross. Okay, so what does that entail? Well, you show up to the pool, you get in, you swim 150 yards, which is 6 lengths of a 25-yard pool, 6 lengths of the Snyder, 6 lengths of the natatorium, then you're required to tread for 2 minutes. Okay? After that treading of 2 minutes, then you're required to swim another 50 yards. After you complete that, then you move on to the brick test, which is swimming 20 yards, surface diving down to the bottom of the deep end, pulling up that 10-pound brick, returning to the starting point, hopping out without a ladder or use. That's to pass the pre-test to enter the certification class. Once that happens, once everything's good, then you have to pass a 40-hour course in which you have to pass 2 written tests with 80% or above, and then do a couple final skill scenario to show that you are proficient in saving somebody from the water. So when people say just go hire a bunch of lifeguards, it's just not that simple. Okay, it is a certification. They are first responders. They are trained in CPR, first aid, AED, as well as proficiency in the water to extract somebody. Now, with that being said, we are still actively looking. We are looking at ways of what we can do to keep the facility open. But I promise it is not lack of trying. So I want to try to clear that up, that we are actively looking. So please, if you know someone who is interested, send them to the natatorium. Ask them to call us at the Parks and Rec Department. Let's work on trying to get that pre-test passed, and then we can look at certifying people who are interested in becoming lifeguards.
Amy, let me jump out there. I think you're going to say the same thing, but you reiterate, this is not a budgetary problem. This is a challenge getting qualified people.
It is, Mayor.
All right, I
It is,
believe,
Mayor.
excuse me, I believe Mr. Creel had a question.
So question, first of all, moving back real quick on your sponsorships with these special events that you're doing for the city, awesome job on acquiring sponsorships. That's what we need to do in order
Right, yes, sir.
to officer. Great job, appreciate it. It was a great event, well attended, and everybody had fun. More of that stuff's needed, and I think there are people out there that want to be involved.
Sure.
So thank you with that.
Yes, sir.
A more proactive approach, and Dr. Tisdale, you may know this better than I do, but there was a time where Biloxi High had a class at school to where they got their lifeguard certification, that it was a course that the school system put on. So that may be another venue that we could approach to see if they're, put that back into their curriculum, being that it's needed. Not only needed, but they have a swim team. So their swim team could be someone that'd be interested in taking that class, obtaining that certificate and those credentials, being a first responder, and it could be a career, just being proactive with that. Also, I'm not sure if the water park, if they're certified or whatever, but I'm not sure how much longer they have before they start closing. So that may be a venue of that we can fish out of that pool as well. Just throwing that out there. So thank you for your efforts. I know you don't want to close it. That's not the intent. But I know we had discussed some other avenues that we can pursue as well. So thank you.
And just to mention that lifeguarding or swimming and lifeguarding class that you spoke of, it's what got me started in the aquatics field when I took it in 9th grade. A little bit more challenge now that the school has moved north of the bay. It was a lot easier just to walk down, but that's something we can definitely explore options into and hopefully partner with the school again. Yes, sir.
That'd be
Any
great.
other questions on this? Mr. Gray?
I have one for you.
Yes, sir.
Since we're having trouble with lifeguards, I mean, can we make this a swim at your own risk?
All options are being,
Look at it?
all, all options are being explored at this time.
I mean, the way it looks, I mean, we got some ladies out here, and I'm sure they could probably outswim a lifeguard. So,
Hey, send them the net. Let's get them certified.
all right.
But no,
that's-
Councilman, all options are being evaluated and looked at right now.
All right, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Mr. Marshall?
Yeah, have you gone out to Keesler and talked to them, see if there's anybody out there, any kind of way we can,
Councilman, we have looked everywhere. We're looking at water parks, we're looking at other facilities, we're looking at CB base, we're looking anywhere we can, casinos. The door's open, we are looking. We're just not getting the people that want to work.
at $15 an hour, you think they could increase the pay would help?
Wouldn't hurt.
What do you need to do to increase the pay?
Well, I mean,
If you're advertising $15 an hour, you're not getting any
sure,
better.
yes, sir.
Change the pay.
I mean, that
Debate.
is a great question. I mean, you know, we've talked about, went through our departmental reports, departmental budget meetings. It will take generating some more revenue.
So it is a budgetary problem.
Well, no, sir, not currently, but I mean, if we want to raise,
The place is closed because we don't have, you're going to close down the Snyder Center, the pool, okay? You're cutting back because of $15 an hour. What do we have to do to change from $15 an hour to whatever amount we need to get the people what they need?
come up with creative ways to get more money, but Councilman,
Okay, go back.
Hey, there's
Anybody
no-
creative way to get more money?
there's no guarantee that if we do go up on the hourly rate, that we'll get the lifeguards.
Well,
I
we're
mean,
asking that you try. What do you have to do it?
I think that's a creative way that all of us, administration and the council, have to come up with to try to figure out ways we can increase the pay.
I'm sure there's a combination of what, at your own risk, coupled with one, maybe not two, or whatever the conditions are. But we're going to explore each one of those. But swim at your own risk is certainly high on the list, where we can make that happen without some liability or some of those other things that we would be in, as opposed to, staying in a swimming pool at a hotel. So, I mean, we're trying to, meet that challenge and see if we can go forward. It's not just, the dollars. It's the availability of these people who want to work for this particular situation.
We need to know how you're going to fix the problem. You explained the problem, you explained your situation. We need to know how you plan to fix this problem. That's all we want to know.
He just said that we're exploring every option.
We don't want to explore every option. How long will this pool be closed? If people want to know, what do they have to do? What is going to be done? That's all.
We're looking at it. We're trying to make a decision as soon as possible.
So this has been going on, I'm talking, sir. This has been going on for how long? Lifeguard shortage has been going on for how long?
If I may, I was elected over a dozen years ago. It's been a problem. It varies from year to year.
So how do we...
For about a decade, it's nothing new. And from what we've heard in all these department discussions on budget, it's not just lifeguards. We're having a difficult time securing people for all kinds of jobs in different departments. And what I hear the administration saying and the director saying is they're working on this, trying to find a solution that's agreeable, hopefully to everybody, that permits the Snyder Pool to be available.
Absolutely.
So,
so if this is a problem that's been going on for 10 years, 12 years, and we haven't solved it yet, we just want to kind of bring it to a head. What is the solution? How are we going to fix it? We need to get the place back open to service the people.
Well, I think it's obvious the easiest solution is to evaluate the swim at your own risk. That's the easiest thing. If that passes the test, then we can do that immediately.
Okay, then immediately, how can we raise the pay to get a better advertising after for higher pay?
We can't do that immediately.
Okay, give me a time frame.
October 1.
I would think as we discuss the budget and the workshops ahead, because this next year's fiscal budget, different topic, it's going to be a challenge, but if we're going to discuss pay raises, that would be the time to do it.
He just said it wasn't a budget problem. It's not a budgetary problem. If it's not a budgetary problem...
Let me talk. I was responding to the president. There are also things that go along with just raising expenses. There's some actual opportunities, and I'm feeling for people that we can raise some revenues to offset the challenges we have from a budgetary standpoint on just hiring people. We'll work this out.
October 1st is not the answer we're looking for. We need to know what is it.
It's not the answer you're looking for.
No, it's not the answer these people are looking for.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with Marshall. I'm here for the people. Mr. and Mrs. Biloxi want to know when you're going to have the pool open up. And October 1st is what, 3 months or what?
No, I didn't say October 1st in 3 months. I said October 1st when we talk about the payroll.
Gentlemen.
So the question is, sir, the question on the table is when will the pool be opened up?
Excuse me, Mr. Marshall. Hey, I think what we've heard is, I don't know that what we're doing is being productive at the moment. What I heard is you're exploring every avenue. This swim at your own risk looks promising. We have to look and see what else is required of that. There may be more legally that we have to be concerned with along that avenue. In terms of raising pay, we're talking budget. The time to talk raising pay would, as we go through the budget process, we still have a few weeks to go right now.
And rates.
Right. That having been said, Mr. Marshall, I'll allow you to wrap it up if you will, so we can move on.
I believe once again, we see that something's just being pushed off. People didn't come here for excuses. They didn't come here because they want to hear about your problems. It's very simple. When are you going to get the pool open up? They're paying for it. They're paying their taxes. They do everything they're supposed to do. They need this. It's for therapeutic. It's not that they're going there because they want to enjoy themselves and have fun. That's part of it. But they're telling you this is vital to their health. This is valuable to their lifestyle, their life structure.
And we understand
the fact that you're having trouble getting lifeguards, they don't want to hear that. They want to know, when are you going to fix this problem? 10 years, 12 years? You don't care?
Councilman, we are looking at these options, and we will have an answer very soon.
I'm gonna wrap it up and say this, not good enough. Not good enough.
Have you thought about going up on the fees, the monthly fees, to maybe give them a raise?
As far,
We've examined all of that.
we're examining everything.
That's part of the-
It's part of
that's
the
part of
budget
the budget
process.
pro-
Yes, sir.
Again, that's part of the budget process that we're doing now.
Correct.
Okay.
This question's for
But it's
Peter.
not a budget problem, remember, he just said that.
The money's in the budget to complete this fiscal year.
If we were able to hire
The
people.
money's there right now. Okay, Mr. Gray, you had a question?
Peter, this question for you. What do we have to do to get them to swim at their own risk? To get them to sign a piece of paper?
Yeah, I mean, there's different things we can do. Other venues do have swim at your own risk. We might need an overall assessment of where, if there are any particular risks. We may need someone who's not exactly a lifeguard, but just someone there just to be observant, like a security. So there's things like that to do, but it's difficult just to go paint a sign and put it out there next week. It's going to take a little time, probably a week or two.
Right, and maybe they can know somebody that would sit out with a whistle or something in case something happens to get some attention.
Monitor,
I mean, it's ways to look at doing different things for them.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lee. Appreciate it. Mr. Weaver, any other reports?
Nothing else, sir, thank you.
All right, thank you. Sir, we're getting to citizens' comments in just a moment. We've got a few other things to do then, and if you'd like to comment at that time, I'll be happy to grant you an opportunity. All right, we now move to council reports. We're starting tonight with Mr. Creel in Ward 4.
All right, thank you, Mr. President. So, real quick, first of all, we had open house for the library at Margaret Sherry. Is a great turnout. You guys did a great job out there. Well attended. They had everything from the back door open to the front door, and it was busting at the seams. I believe our CEO even bought some books. And I told her, I said, you've done a great job getting some cash out of him. So that was good. But no, it was great. It was well attended, and it was good to see. And but at the same time, that library is well attended 7 days a week or when it's during operating hours. So I appreciate all your efforts out there, and it was really good to see. Just a friendly reminder, we're going to be doing repairs on Pops Ferry Road tomorrow from Ashwood Drive down to Sunkist Country Club. So the southbound lane will be closed. Traffic will be diverted to the turning lane. So please, that starts at 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., which is the exact time that the buses roll on pickup and drop off, and the exact time that people are heading that way to work. So please be patient, no road rage, and just so you know, we will have additional patrol throughout the neighborhoods for those of you that are trying to skirt around and cut through traffic. So get up early, leave earlier, and don't plan on getting home on time. So anyway, moving on to that. Christy, real quick, there's two areas in Ward 4, one in Holly Hills. As you're going down to the swimming pool, that is a swim at your own risk pool, but it's right there. And as you turn in, there's a bunch of limbs that are on the power lines there. And the homeowner was going to cut him himself, and I asked him I'd prefer him not do that, just in case he mistake the power line for the limb. So he told me he wouldn't. And then also there's limbs on Mitchell and Campbell. That road there, just low-hanging limbs that are affecting the power lines there. And at this time, I'd like to give the remainder of my time to our president of the Beautification Commission to come up and give us a report on how the council's Beautification Commission is going. Thank you. This is Ms. Lotta Bernichelli.
Thank you, Mr. Creel. Mayor, administration, members of the City Council, I want to thank you for this opportunity to update you on what the Beautification Commission has been up to. Well, I'm sure many of you heard. Thank you to everyone who helped make the dedication of the Fred Hayes Landing and the Restored Moonwalk the great success that it was. If y'all came out, you know that it was a great event, a feel-good event, and that's kind of what beautification we want to do. We want to focus on happy times, fun times, things that keep the city beautiful, really maintaining things in a positive direction. Members of the City Council voted unanimously to ask Supervisor Dan Cuevas in Harrison County to help install landscaping at the new Fred Hayes Landing sign. You should be seeing that soon. We'd also like to thank the artists who worked on the Fred Hayes project, and we thank the Mississippi Gulf Coast National Heritage Area that helped fund it. This is all about people working together. I should also point out to y'all that the beautification is finally fully represented since June, yay. Members of the commission are Susan Kane, Ward 1, James McClendon, Ward 2, Stacy Eleuteris Barber, Ward 3, I represent Ward 4, Vincent Creel, Ward 5, Rhett Taylor, Ward 6, and Raquel Ronsonet Hayes, Ward 7. Just the other day, the full commission voted unanimously to approve our first 2 adoption agreements. So that's something big that we're working on, y'all, is adopt a median. So if anyone knows companies, businesses, civic groups that would like to adopt a median, a green area, please bring them on, have them contact either your city council or the beautification commission. And let's try to get that going. We're also excited about, I don't know who remembers the Paint-A-Can. Remember that, y'all? So we're bringing back Paint-A-Can, so there'll be more on that to come. We have our first 2 adoption agreements. Vernon Mangum of Ward 5 presented commissioners with a completed adopt an area agreement that proposed to have the Deacon, Mr. Johnny Lee Mangum Memorial Scholarship Fund organization adopt the corner of Briarfield Lane and Mercury Lane. We are coordinating with City Contracts Manager Rachel Quave, who coordinates contracts involving maintenance of city right-of-way and property. The agreement was approved unanimously, making that our first commission-approved adoption agreement. We also have, with Rachel Quave's cooperation, executed another adoption agreement with Pelican Point Marina, which is maintaining the streetscape on 8th Street from Oak to Pelican Point Marina. You may also have noticed that the Beautification Commission has been running public service campaign each month in the city newsletter. We have worked to educate the public on when, where, and how to put their trash out, and we'll keep doing so. So if anybody has any ideas of things that we need to work on or put out there just to kind of, keep Biloxi beautiful, by all means, let us know. These may sound like minor things, but it's very important to maintaining an attractive landscape. Not to mention, these are city ordinances. The beautification has been meeting twice a month since November. We thank those city council members and members of the administration and directors who have come to our meetings from time to time and contributed. We appreciate you. Tomorrow, very exciting, Brandon Boudreau of the Maritime and Seafood Industry Museum will be addressing the commission about an idea for a Welcome to Biloxi sign adjacent to the museum. It will be a sign that you see right over as you come over the Biloxi Bridge from Ocean Springs. We have also not forgotten about the bread and butter of what we do, helping support and organize litter pickups throughout the city. At our meeting tomorrow, I will be challenging my 6 fellow commissioners for let's all of us come up with a litter drive in each one of our wards. All it takes is a couple of hours one Saturday and we can make a difference. Wayne Gray made it happen just the other day at Point Cadet Plaza. Check our Facebook page, the city's website for any upcoming events. Our meetings are open to the public and our minutes are online. We appreciate the trust that you have placed in us by resurrecting this commission and making us the first members. Thank you, and let's keep Biloxi beautiful. Yay!
Thank you, Ms. Alley.
Thank you, Ally. And just to add, their meetings are the first and third Wednesday, right here in City Hall chambers at 11 a.m. First and third Wednesday. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Creel. Mr. Glavin.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to start off first by thanking everyone who came out to the sandbag filling event at Belmont Gardens senior community. We had quite a few people. The manager, Kimberly Woodward. We had Jason Bourgeois that attended. Chief Everett was there. He was out working all of us. Jennifer Ladner was there. And I'd just like to thank the council members that stopped by and everybody that participated. You made a difference, and they really showed that the community cared. So I thank y'all for that. Second thing I have on my list, and I had got off of a call this morning, this is from a coach that has utilized some of the fields at A.J. Holloway Sportsplex for his team, his travel team, and he's willing to pay a fee to secure one of the practice fields. In fact, he's interested in the dirt field, not necessarily the turf field. So I was going to ask the administration, Jamie, if you could look into that, if we can kind of coordinate. If there's people that want to pay a fee to practice out there, we should try to accommodate them. I think last year we were successful doing that. I know we have staffing issues, but I'll be willing to work with you if I need to go open or close. I live right around the corner, a minute and a half, or a couple of minutes anyway. So please kind of check into that and see if that's doable. I'll get more information if you need it, the contact information. He's been very involved with these kids and been following these kids as they've been growing up, and I think that is something we ought to try to make happen. These next updates, if I could ask Christy to kind of respond to these. They've just been on my list, and pardon me if I'm a little redundant from past meetings, but I just want to see if I can get updates on some of them. Stacy and Shonowitz have been on the list for quite some time. Yes. I know we went and filled some of the cavities, and we had an issue with that. Is there any update on the cavities that came out or the potholes that we filled, or is any updates on, are we working with the county to try to get that done with the interlocal agreement?
So that's still on our list to go make permanent repairs to patch those. I have a list that with the county, those are on it to go put some temporary asphalt, or if they want to pave those entire roads, that will also be an option. We're still trying to catch up from potholes from the storm. So right now we've just been trying to basically patch them and throw rock back in them. But yeah, it's still on our radar.
Okay. All right, a couple more here. Watersview, the piping, we talked about it a couple meetings. Is that still an issue? Is it resolved yet?
No, I don't think that one's been resolved either. That one kind of got pushed to the side whenever we had that rain and potholes. So I'll bring that one back to the top and get you an update.
Okay, and then we had some riffraff ordered for Brody in that drainage that was right off of Brody.
Yeah,
and I think we were waiting on that about a month ago or so.
I think that's done.
That one's done, okay. I'll go by there and check. Yeah. 776 Bay Breeze, I think a ticket has been open on that.
Went out there and we could find no issues, no water anywhere. Tried to get the resident to come out. My guy tried to get the resident to come out and talk to him and show him where, but she wouldn't come outside. But
okay.
So
I'll follow up
couldn't
on that
find
one.
anything out there.
The deep trench in the curve at Lick Skillet. It was
It's
a trench.
still on our list.
It's
yeah.
still on your list, okay. And then I got one final one. This is 677 Royal Drive. There's an easement. I think there's a fence that kind of hides the easement that runs behind the house, and then it connects with El Camino, and there was an issue with some of the overgrowth in that. And I think there's a ticket on that too.
I'll have to check on that one.
Okay.
I don't know about that.
I have the ticket if you want. You can probably pull it up, but if you need it, that's just the ones if you don't mind trying to follow up and get me some feedback. Thank you, Director. Okay, and then the final thing, I just want to give everybody heads up that we've been working so hard on supporting our local shrimpers and our fishermen, and I certainly are in their corner, and I try to stay engaged on the federal and state level. Well, there's a new state level program. We had one last year too, but this is an enhanced one. And I'll just give you a little sneak peek. This is a statewide wild-caught local seafood program that if restaurants have somewhere around a predominant amount of seafood on their menu, and it's wild-caught or it's locally caught, they qualify for a massive $9 million marketing program. It's a 5-year program. It's facilitated and supported by our state legislators. Senator Delano is real involved with it. DMR, General Spraggins is real involved with this, and then Coastal Mississippi is the marketing arm to qualify restaurants, and this is a statewide program, but it's another way to kind of increase demand and consumption of our local caught seafood that increases the demand for our local caught shrimp and fish. I'm going to try to get somebody in the next meeting or two to come and speak on it and do a formal presentation for 10 minutes. But it's something worthwhile being in touch with and in tune with as we support our local seafood industry and all the hard working men and women. And with that, Mr. President, concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Glavin. I inadvertently skipped myself here. Just a couple of things, couple of observations.
We'll come back to you.
Not tonight, we won't. I think Director Lee with Parks and Recreation noted the Friday night splash pad blast with the SpongeBob movie. I showed up, took a few pictures. It was a decent crowd, but it was nice to see families out. There were food carts, Parks and Rec employees doing a good job. Thank you. Also, the Library Lollapalooza was yesterday. I don't know if that's an annual thing, but really it should be. It shows you all the services and the opportunities that are at your local libraries in the Harrison County Library system. So I want to thank the library staff for doing that. I miss Mr. Creel and I miss Mr. Weaver. But I didn't miss the Chick-fil-A nibblers, is that what they call them? I could go through those bad boys. Also, just a reminder for those folks that were requesting non-departmental sums from the city, we have a workshop on Tuesday, August 18th. That's 2 weeks from today. That's at 1:30. That concludes my comments. Mr. Shoemaker in Ward 6.
Yes, sir. Just one thing. This past weekend, the Biloxi 12-year-old all-star team competed in the Diamond Youth Baseball World Series in Laurel. First time a Biloxi all-star team has been in the World Series since 1985. They came in 5th place, so they did well, and just hands off to them. I mean, great job, and we hadn't had anybody there, any teams there since 1985. That was back in my time, believe it or not. But congratulations to them, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Shoemaker. Mr. Gray in Ward 1.
This is for Christie. Acacia, the pothole on Acacia, and Glenn Sweatman has opened back up. If we get somebody out there to look at it.
Yes, sir. I made
It's-
note of that in our last meeting when you brought it up. So I've got somebody, they're out there right now.
Okay, and there's one on the corner of 90 and St. Charles that it's forming now, so
Okay.
something to look at.
Okay, I'll put that one in to be connected.
And have, I've been getting calls on the ditch on Southern Park, that ditch right there on Rodenberg.
I'll check on that one.
Yeah, they worried about it, the new structure and everything, ditches not being clean. They worried about another flooding
Okay.
right there.
On
Garden Park, I'm sorry, Garden
Garden
Park.
Park, okay.
Garden
All right.
Park.
Yeah, I can get in there and get them to clean
All
it.
right, and this Saturday, August 8th, I'm gonna have a coffee talk at the Italianos on Howard Avenue at 7:30 a.m. Some of the citizens want to sit down and talk, have a cup of coffee and talk about whatever in our ward. I'll be there at 7:30, so if y'all want to come out and let's sit down and have a conversation about what's going on in the community and what's going on in your ward, I'll be there. So you'll see some stuff on Facebook being posted about that. And that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Gray.
Thank you.
Mr. Marshall in Ward 2.
I want to apologize for getting a little excited, but I got a soft spot in my heart for my seniors. I know that I'm sitting up here today because of the sacrifices that each of you out there have made possible for this city. I know that each of you could go anywhere and live in any city you want to, but you made Biloxi your home. You love Biloxi, and you have been a great service to Biloxi. And it hurts me when Biloxi lets you down. Lifeguards, of all the problems in the world that we could have, finding lifeguards shouldn't be a 12-year problem. That's a 12-year excuse, not a 12-year problem. The pool is not just for recreation. The water is therapeutic. It serves the seniors. It serves people with joint pain. It's people that's going there that's trying to preserve their mobility to get around. It helps them to be able to live a normal life. It's not just, they're not going there to play. It gives them what we call quality of life. And it shouldn't take 12 years of promising for 2 lifeguards or to staff it. They pay their taxes, they are good citizens, they deserve to be treated better. And it me off when we give them excuses. I don't like that. We are better than that. We are all professionals up here. We all have careers. And these are the people that paved the roads for us to ride on. Now it's time for us to turn around and take care of them, and we're giving them excuses. We're in a city where we're finding excuses to shut things down and not serve. We're shutting down our libraries. We got police department, fire department, buildings leaking, raining in them, can't use the whole floor. We're trying to sell parks. We don't have the money to cut the grass in the parks. The right-of-ways on the highways are looking bad. We don't have money to provide protection for the parades. We're losing parades. We have a police chief that sat up here and has told us that we're not going to be able to provide the full services that we need to provide next year. They barely made it this year because we took $1.8 million from them last year. And the cuts this year is going to make it so that it's hard to even provide the services for our seniors. It's to the point where we even had someone spoke about maybe we should, for a phone call, when you get a call in, to do a video call. Really? We Zoom calling people when they dial 911. No, that's failure. That's failure, failure, failure. We can't do that. It's embarrassing, but it's just wrong. When we have a situation that needs to be addressed, and we are 12 years into addressing it, you're not addressing the issue. You're passing it down, and you're basically in a polite way of telling them you're just not going to fix it. What I want to ask is that we find a way to say in our next meeting, 2 weeks from now, I believe, come to this council, Mr. Mayor, with a plan and a date to say this is when we're going to have that open for those people. That's all we're asking. 2 weeks, find a way to say this is what we decided is going to pay. We're going to have to pay a lifeguard. Because $15 an hour, there's some fast food restaurants almost paying that. And you're talking about a person that has to be certified and all these other things. It's not going to work. You just got to pay them more. So I'm just asking, 2 weeks, in the next meeting, if you can just come with a plan and say, on this particular day, we're going to be open back up. This is what we're doing to hire the lifeguards. And we're going to make sure this doesn't just happen anymore. That's called fixing the problem, not passing it down. That's all they're asking. They didn't want to come down here to complain. That's all they're asking. Can we do this, sir? I got a lot to say, but I can't say it here.
Okay. I'll move on to Councilman Nail. Councilman Nail in Ward 4.
I got some good news. They're going to start cleaning the ditch at Floyd Drive this week. Help the people out over there. And I talked to Dan Cuevas yesterday, and he said they're going to start paving the bridge that was broke during the flood, and they're going to pave it within the next 2 weeks. That's good news. And then they're going to start, they already started cutting the grass at Broadwater. It's starting to look good. And we're working on cleaning the
what is it? It'd be the east side of Iris Street, so you can see when the train comes, if we clean that corner out, the people won't have to go all the way around that corner, they'll see the train. We talked about it. That's good news. I'm trying to get good news here. And Hella Park bathrooms are coming up. So I got good stuff going on my board, so I'm not a lifeguard, but I can swim. All right, thank you. That concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nail. At this time, we'll move to citizens' comments. Wait just a moment, please. I have something to say. It's okay. It's okay. You're just ahead of the curve. Sometimes that's a good thing. Okay. We'll set aside up to 45 minutes for citizens' comments. We limit each speaker to 3 minutes. You don't have to speak for 3 minutes, but you can if you like. There are a number of people here. I know on the Snyder Center pool issue, we'd prefer not to hear the same concern mentioned 14 or 15 times. But if you have something to add that's not mentioned previously, you're certainly welcome to be recognized. And when you're recognized, come up to the chair, pull the mic about 3 or 4 inches from your mouth, okay? Tell the clerk, it's sitting at the end here on my right, tell her your name and your address, and then you'll speak. And when you begin speaking, there's a digital timer over there set for 3 minutes, and just keep one eye on that digital counter, okay? When your 3 minutes are up, the clerk will hit the bell right on cue. That's what it sounds like, and your time is up, okay? With that having been said, if you'll raise your hand to be recognized. Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.
My name.
Have you already signed in on this?
There.
Back there, okay, that's good, thank you.
My name is Janice Kemp Ivy. Address is 1223 Atkinson Road, Biloxi, Mississippi. And I am proud to live in Biloxi. First of all, I want to thank you, Mr. Marshall, for having our back. Thank you. My suggestion is that if the pool could be open 4 hours, it would help us out. Who wants to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to come clean the pool and get it ready for the seniors? That's hard, because I wouldn't do it. Maybe if you change the time, you might get somebody hired. You know, late in the afternoon might be a suggestion. And if we have to swim at our own risk, we'll do that. Because we watch out for everybody anyway. So, Mr. Jamie, you can get with all of us, and maybe we'll give you some suggestions. Facebook, Twitter, or whatever else they have out there. Because I have not seen that on Facebook. And I read this cover, Mayor, from front to back. It appears you had our back. But when I come to this meeting, I don't see that. So we all need to get off your horses and get something done, because we have served our time and we have kept this city together. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Ivy. Is there anybody on my left? You're right. Yes, sir. Straight ahead.
Thank you for hearing me. My name is Lou O'Reilly. I live at 332 Southern Circle. 2 simple questions. Are there sufficient lifeguards available now to keep the pool open on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings so we can keep our aerobics, water aerobics class? That's my first question.
Sure. I'm sorry, this is not a question and answer period. It's an opportunity for your comments. But, of course, any questions you pose will be heard by the director. Maybe you can get...
Well, that's my one suggestion, is to look at keeping the pool open on those days, utilizing your current lifeguards such that that time is allotted for that activity. The second suggestion is, have you considered transferring a lifeguard from the other pool, which is not heated, to the Snyder pool, which is heated, and invest money and time into the pool that provides the most service?
I'm sure the director heard your comments, and he might be able to answer them later, but I'm sure he's taken note.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. O'Reilly. Anybody else on my left, your right? Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Sherry Winkler. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Councilman, for letting us all in here. I am a part of the Aqua Lilies. We have a wonderful group of senior people that come to Donald Snyder on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I am repeating that. I apologize. But the main thing that I wanted to talk about is y'all are talking about no lifeguards. There is a lifeguard that has had his certification and wanting a job, and he works at Donald Snyder upstairs. So we're talking about no lifeguards, and there's a lifeguard that's begging for a job, and I don't understand why he hasn't been hired. They say, well, if they hire him, then they'd have to hire somebody else for his job. Well, that would be a lot easier since he has a certification, correct? Yeah. So thank you, Mr. Marshall, again for telling all of us. And I would like for all of the water lilies to just stand up and so you can see everybody that came in. These are all our people that we come, and we are willing to pay more money. We're willing to sign a waiver, whatever we need to do to keep that facility open, we are willing to do. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Winkler. Anybody else on my left, your right? Yes, yes, sir, the gentleman in the back.
My name is Chaplain Major Philip Smith, retired U.S. Army. I use the facility basically because I went back in the Army at age 50. Oh, thank you, Mr. Council President, council members, Mayor. And I need the therapy pool more than anything. I've had back fused, I've had hips replaced, knee replaced, ankle replaced, and other surgeries, too many to number. But I need that pool to rehab, to keep going. As she said, there are someone there who would like to can be a lifeguard. Also, I heard that the people who play pickleball don't add any value. I don't know if that's a rumor or what. That's what I was told, and I hope it's being confirmed as untrue. Because if we're paying the whole amount and can't afford it, I think that would be a crime. And so the things that I need there is there. When I retired here back in February, and Biloxi has been a great place for me to come to because it's a good place to retire from military. I spent 2 terms over here at Biloxi, and I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed Biloxi, and I'm glad I came here. But to lose that would be a big loss for me. And I appreciate all the work that everyone's doing, Councilman Marshall, and what you're doing. And also, they said they never really answered if they tried the Air Force Base. So I know there's got to be somebody there who'd like the extra job working from second shift that works over at Keesler. So I hope you have really checked Keesler. If not, I probably can help you find someone. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Chaplain, and thank you for your service. Anybody else on my left, your right? Yes, ma'am, the lady back in the corner.
Hello, my name is Suzanne Roberts. I live at 2678 Broadwater Drive in Gulfport. I use the Donald Snyder pool 4 to 5 times a week. I'm 73 years old, I have systemic arthritis, and if I don't go to the pool, I have to take hydrocodone to sleep. I don't want to do that. The pool works well for me. Now, when Donald Snyder is closed, I go to the natatorium. It's not the same. It's comparing apples and oranges. It doesn't have a therapy pool, it's colder, and there's a problem with access. You know, the natatorium pool is not ADA compliant, Americans with Disabilities Act, and some of us are disabled. It doesn't have enough ramps, it doesn't have enough steps. The lanes, in order to go from the shallow part of the pool to the deep part of the pool, you have to cross all those barriers. So each one of those would have to have separate ramps to enter the pool, which is going to cost a lot to modify that pool. I do want to make one comment about my last visit there. I was the only one in the large area that's 4 feet deep, and then a woman came with 2 teenage girls, and she teaches swim lessons. She looked at me and she told me I had to get out of the pool, that big, huge pool. And I talked to a city employee later and said, "You have priority?" And he told me yes. The people, the children, the young, healthy children that take swim lessons there have priority over us. So all these people here, if you send us to the natatorium, when are we going to be able to use the pool? Seriously. So I wanted to just bring those issues up. I thank you for your time and your consideration.
Thank you, Ms. Roberts. Is there anybody else on my left, your right? Yes, ma'am. Lady in the front row.
Hello, my name is Deborah Porter Green. I was born and raised in Biloxi. I've enjoyed going to the natatorium now for right at 3 years. I've had 10 major surgeries. When I first arrived at the natatorium, I was using a walker. Made a step up using a cane, and happily use none of that and can swim again. I exclusively attend the therapy pool because it's warmer than the larger pool. I've tried swimming in the larger pool, it's cooler, only to have to get ablations and my painful steroid shots in my spine more often. The insurance only lets you get them every 6 months, so I'm not making it. I can only go into the warmer therapy pool, which I go there 5 days a week when it was open. Going to the natatorium is not an option for me at all. I would like to repeat, though, my proposal, which the gentleman just said, the pickleball people is a revenue that's not being tapped into. Their conditioning, their lighting, the upkeep of the floor, they come in a lot more than what we are there, and we're paying to go, and they're not. I don't understand that at all. If we could, if you have to pay to go there, then why are we all not paying to go there? And that's all I have to say.
All right, thank you, Ms. Green. Yes, ma'am, the lady, yes, ma'am.
Mayor and Council, I'm not here for the Snyder. I'm here on another issue. It's for the cemetery. My name's Dion Oye. I'm here representing the Abear family. We have a plot in the south side of the cemetery. We're actually on Father Ryan Avenue, near Caldwell Avenue. Our issue has been ongoing since, I'd say, 2 years ago. We were directed to Billy Ray Allen 2 years ago whenever the cemetery was stopped being maintained. And we had gotten help from Billy Ray Allen at the time to have the cemetery cut because our plot is actually fronting your easement, and we were having issues getting to the plot because the easement wasn't being taken care of. So we were having trouble getting to change the cemetery flowers and actually even cutting our own cemetery at the time. So now that Billy Ray had retired, we still wasn't getting any help. And just recently, as of July of this year, you can see the pictures that we presented. The grass has been so high just until July that when we were even trying to cut it ourselves, the rod and lawnmower that we were bringing down there, the grass was as high as the seat on the rod and lawnmower. It was as high as our trailer. And when we were trying to call to get help or even putting in a complaint, we were told that they would put in a ticket to put our order in to get our plot cleaned. I have no understanding why you have to put in a ticket to have a cemetery cleaned. That is just beyond me. I don't understand. So I understand Mr. Marshall saying that you have staffing issue. I understand you're having to spread your employees around to get the grass cut, but it's just beyond me that this cemetery is just not being taken care of. It's a disgrace. I have a 71-year-old husband that's had a stroke, and he's out there trying to cut your cemetery. We're having to cut your easement to even get to our cemetery plot. I just don't understand. We own property here in the city of Biloxi, I'm sad to say. We have not been able to sell it since my mom and dad passed away. But I just don't understand why we cannot get help keeping that cemetery cut. It has been cut since July 20th. It has not been cut again since. I know we're going to have to go out there and cut it again ourselves, but I just don't understand why the city cannot take care of your cemetery. Something has to be done.
Yes, ma'am. Can you state your last name again for the clerk?
Ollier, O-L-I-E-R.
Thank you, Ms. Ollier.
Okay. Please get us some help to take care of the cemetery.
Anybody else on my left, your right? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Sarah Rusky, Director, Harrison County Library System, and I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank the council members and Mr. Weaver who came out for our event. We had a couple of hundred folks coming through during the time it was open, and we appreciate y'all's presence. We had a great event, and I don't know if Dr. Tisdale calls himself a digital creator, but he definitely gets the word out to the public, and we appreciate you sharing our event and the pictures from it. So thank you again.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Ms. Rusky. Gentleman in the back, please.
Good evening. My name's Charles Space. I live at 2436 South Shore Drive in Ward 4. I don't want to belabor the point. I'm here to talk about Snyder. Everybody's keenly aware of the issue that we had, and at one point we were very concerned that you guys were talking about possibly closing the pool. That would be absolutely unforgivable. It would be surrendering in the face of a problem that is not that much to overcome. But I would make note that I took a look at the job application that is posted on the Biloxi website, and there are 3 requirements for a lifeguard. One of them is a GED, one of them is a driver's license, and the other one is a certification as a lifeguard. I don't understand why a GED or a driver's license has anything to do with it, It just narrows the possible candidates. You guys were talking about possibly getting the high school students involved. They don't have their high school diploma, GED, and many of them don't have their licenses, but they would be qualified otherwise. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Space. Anybody on my right, your left? Anybody on my right, your left? Yes? I'm sorry, I couldn't see that far. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Deborah McGee, Ward 2. I'm not here for the pool, but I did want to come forward and give you an update on the Second Liners Backpack giveaway and to give thanks to the councilman, the mayor, and of course, Jamie. We had a great turnout. We gave out 450 backpacks to the kids across the coast. We also gave to the Youth Village, who handles at-risk kids from the coast up to Hattiesburg. We served them hot dogs and potato chips and snowballs, and it was a great event, and I would like to thank you for your sponsorship on that. We had a great turnout with the police. We want to thank them also because they came out and they patrolled the area. So it was a great success, and I just wanted to give you kudos on that.
Thank you, Ms. McGee. There was a lady in the back who wanted to, yes, ma'am.
Thank you guys for your time. I don't mean that. My name is Sharon Thompson Ayers, and I just wanted to speak for a few minutes about the pool, just to ask the council members to try to come up with a strategy based on everything that everybody has said here. As a person who is a certified diabetes educator and a person who's a gerontologist, you guys know very well that socialization for seniors is very important. So I just want to point that out, and that we need to make sure that these seniors, my mother is a person who goes to the pool every day. It's a great source of socialization, and not just that, what they have mentioned about their therapy as far as having knee replacements, hip replacements, all of these injuries, as well as reducing chronic conditions. I want you guys to think about that as well and come up with a strategy, because many of these individuals have A1Cs that are high, or high blood pressure, cholesterol. So all of those things also add to that. So I think there's a lot more at play than just leaving the pool open. You're helping seniors with all of these social determinants of health. That is very important. So I just think you guys should think about that and think of some strategy to help them continue to attend the pool every single day. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ayers. Is there anybody else? Anybody else on my right, your left? Anybody else on my left, your right? Is there anybody else who wishes to address the council? There being none, that closes citizens' comments. At this time, I will entertain a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of examining the necessity to go into an executive session to discuss a personnel matter regarding the Director of Police Department.
So moved.
There's a motion by Mr. Creel.
Second.
A second by Mr. Glavin. Any discussion?
None.
Nope.
All right, all in favor of the motion? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a 7-0 vote for the clerk. I'll entertain a motion to conclude the closed session and reconvene as an open meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Creel.
Second it.
Second by Mr. Glavin. Any discussion?
None.
Nope.
All in favor? It's approved on a 7-0 vote. I'll entertain a motion and a second that the council go into executive session.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Creel and a second by Mr. Glavin. All in favor? It's approved on a 7-0 vote. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going into the next room for an executive session to discuss a personnel matter. We might be in there 8 minutes. We could be in there 80 minutes. But when we come out, there'll be another procedural motion and second, and then we'll continue with the agenda. Thank you. All right, who are we waiting on? Hurry up, Marshall. Run quickly. We wait, Jamie and Marshall, okay. We'll start in just a minute or two.
Who we missing?
Jamie. Okay, we're all good to go. All right, we're all good to go. I'll entertain a motion to conclude the executive session and reconvene as an open meeting.
So moved.
Second. A motion by Mr. Creel, a second by Mr. Glavin. Any discussion? All in favor? It's approved on a 7-0 vote for the clerk.
We're back.
There was no action was taken in executive session. All right, that brings us to the policy agenda. If the clerk would read the first item, please.
Resolution granting conditional use to authorize a transitional living facility located at 2793 Fernwood Road.
Yes, I'll make that motion.
Second.
Second by Mr. Creel. For discussion, this is bounced back and forth between the Planning Commission and the council. It's been studied a lot. The language was cleaned up a lot. I think the ordinance related to these types of facilities were also amended. So it's taken a while, but it's gotten us to this point. I'd appreciate everybody's support on this matter. That concludes my comments. Mr. Creel.
Yes, so basically following up on you, actually, this ordinance was created to make the transitional use. I believe the best thing that happened was the neighbors got together and they actually worked together and come to a resolution. And I think that's what we need more of. Instead of us making the decisions, these guys know what's better for their environment. We're just here to assist, and thank you guys for working together and getting it. Jerry, thank you, you and your staff and the Planning Commission for creating this, and I think it's going to work for everyone, and thank y'all for what you do for the transitional people. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion or comments? Nope. Anybody? There being none, all in favor? It's approved on a 7-0 vote. Mr. Creel, 7-0.
There you go.
There you go.
It wasn't even a suspend the rules.
All right, that brings us to item B. If the clerk would read that, please.
Resolution appointing Harry Joachim, Ward 5 representative to the Biloxi Planning Commission.
I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
By Mr. Creel. My comments would be that Mr. Joachim is certainly well qualified in real estate and having served in a number of related positions and in fact been an instructor or teacher in those areas. I think he'd make a fine planning commissioner, and he has served for the past either 2 or 3, possibly 4 years on the Architectural and Historical Review Commission. I'd appreciate every councilman's support on this matter. Thank you. Mr. Creel?
Not to mention, I mean, the Joachim name goes a long way. This guy was the president of the Biloxi, the Chamber of Commerce for many years, in addition to his real estate. So I look forward to his expertise and his involvement with the Planning Commission.
Any other discussion, comments? All in favor? It's approved on a 7-0 vote. Thank you, gentlemen. The clerk would read item C.
Resolution appointing Stephen Delahousie to the Biloxi Architectural and Historic Review Commission.
I would make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Creel. Mr. Delahousie has served on the Planning Commission for, I believe, 3 terms, which would be 12 years. And he's agreed to serve. I think the mayor checked with him, and he's agreed to serve on the Architectural and Historical Commission to fill the unexpired term created by Mr. Joe Ackham. So I appreciate your support on this item as well, Mr. Creel.
Yeah, the only thing I have to add is, based on his age, he's definitely qualified for the historical side of it.
As opposed to the hysterical side. All right. Any other comments or questions? All in favor? Approved on a 7-0 vote. Thank you, gentlemen, for your support. That brings us to item D. If the clerk would read that item, please.
Resolution appointing Director of the Department of Police.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
So moved. Mr. Creel.
Second.
Is there a second by Mr. Gray? Mr. Creel.
At the proper time, I'd like to make an additional motion after discussion.
Okay.
Second.
I'm sorry, say that again, please.
I'd like to make a motion to table subject to call.
Subject to call. All right, so there's a motion to table this subject to call. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
There's a second by Mr. Gray. Discussion, Mr. Creel.
No discussion.
Mr. Gray, any discussion?
No discussion.
Okay. Any comments or discussion? Call for the question. All in favor of tabling this subject to call? It's approved on a 7-0 vote. Thank you, gentlemen. All right, that brings us to the consent agenda. I'll need a motion to get it on the floor.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Creel, Mr. Glavin. All right. Mr. Creel, any questions on any of these items?
First question I have is, do we need to pull A off the table or do we need to address the A being tabled?
Do we need to address item A being tabled? That deals with the additional funding, I think, to concrete the area between the curb and the sidewalk, if I remember correctly, from basically Porter all the way to roughly the I-110 ramp.
I think, we were examining how much, the $147,000 was part of the capital project as it was. This was the addition of $16,000. So that's what you're adding. That's what that question is, to add the $16,000 to $147,000.
Not 90,000.
Oh.
90, add 90,000.
Okay.
90,000.
So we're adding 90,000 to what the remainder is for that project funding, the balance of that.
To do whatever needs to be done. I think they were examining, marking, initially we looked at it 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, and maybe some other areas in the median that we're kind of marking with, that keeps us from having to do a lot of manual stuff in traffic. Is that pretty much, yeah.
So we're talking about the medians
Some parts of the median, not all the medians, just some parts of it that comes down that really is quite dangerous to do that, but where there were 1 foot sections, and there not as many as you would think, but there's a number of things that we could save long-term maintenance hours on if there were to be one-time covered with concrete.
All right, so that's the medians between the east and west traffic lanes, but we also talked about the right-of-way between the curb and the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Christy, thank you.
Yes, this was to put concrete between the back of curb and the edge of the sidewalk, that little strip of grass there that we have to do continual maintenance. We've also discussed doing those small sections in the median only that are weed eating, that we have to actually weed eat, and just to cut down on labor and the time and effort that it takes to do that section.
But if I could, real quick. So actually, and correct me if I'm wrong, this was not about the project. All right, so first of all, my question was, in my opinion, since it's still on the table, we shouldn't be discussing it until we either figure out if we're going to pull it off the table or not. However, going forward, this is not on the project itself. This is on transferring $90,000 from MIMA funds for them to do the project. They have the money to get started and to do it. We're not approving the project. We're not discussing the project. We have no say-so in the project. The only say-so we have is sending $90,000 in MIMA money over to this project so that they can do it, the project that they deem necessary. So that's what it is. It's not a project. It's us sending $90,000 over. However, it's still on the table, and as far as I know, it's not up for discussion.
We asked for a point of order. You asked for a point of order.
Well, yeah, I mean, we need to pull it. We either need to
What
figure
you're saying is we need a motion to take it up off the table.
for discussion, correct?
For discussion, all right. Now, we've made the motion in a second for the consent agenda. That's what got us to this point.
Right, so then
All right, what you're saying, Peter, what he's saying is you need a motion to take it off the table, correct?
Sometimes it's tabled subject to call, and that's when you would have to put it back on, as I recall, Councilman Gray said we want to table this for 1 week.
So it's already back on.
So it was tabled for 1 week, and now it is before you on the consent agenda.
Perfect, that was my question. Thank you, thank you.
So we're good to go.
We're good to go. All right, so if we move on to item I, entering to the termite treatment contract with Bay Pass for the Bond Grant House. I thought there was discussion about listing this property for surplus and/or listing it for sale. Are we still looking?
That's going on. The appraisals are getting started, but we still want to have a termite contract in place.
Okay.
Whatever. That's just for disclosures.
Perfect. Okay, and then item L. So I understand that based on this grant and the match is coming from Main Street, there's no cost to the city. My only question is, in the exhibit, there was a breakdown of the project itself. The question I had was other for $558,177.50. I was just wondering what other included.
We have Kay, if you would, Kay Miller's with Main Street. Go ahead, Kay.
And I had sent a PowerPoint. I thought I was going to be able to talk about it earlier, but what the project is for, it started in 2023, and it's been going through the state, and we finally got the funding approved to come down through the MDA in 2026, and so we were able to come up with the match funding. So it is a $625,000 project. That's not going to cost the city anything, and it is for the How Hop project. If you've noticed how the LED lighting is there over Howard Avenue, it is to go all the way to Esther's with LED lighting, and it's also to do some landscaping in the front where it looks really bad, where the gravel is, maybe some turf and some stamped concrete. So that's what this project's for. It has been noted at Mardi Gras, and it's really dark up under there where you cross the road, and this is really going to enhance the lighting there and enhance able to do a lot more things, and hopefully fix it so that it doesn't flood under there in certain places when it rains.
Okay, so according to the budget summary, the consulting services was $42,000, column expense was $24,000 and some change, but then other. So the other is just a bunch of things?
The LED lighting and the landscaping.
Okay.
The major part of the project. And in your packets, yeah, if you can go to the LED lighting on those screens, that's our total project that we have.
Now, I know there was some concern from the residents about lighting being too bright in their.
Yeah, that was the skate park. There's actually no houses anywhere near where this lighting's going to be.
Okay.
So there's no housing there, and it'll really light it up. This is the lighting we have now, and we're just going to make that go all the way down to Esther's and stop at Esther's, so it won't go into that neighborhood across the railroad tracks.
Perfect. Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any other questions while Ms. Miller is up here on that item?
I got
Go
one.
ahead, Wayne. Mr. Gray.
This drawing of this park, what is this? Is this?
Okay, that is the original project. When we first started talking about this project, the How Hot project, we got a $50,000 Knight Foundation grant, and the city gave us $50,000 match money at that time. But at that time, when they gave us the match money, it was required for us to hire a project manager. And we hired Christian Prose. He's a landscape architect out of Ocean Springs and Fairhope. And so when we had several community meetings and we met with the council about it, and the businesses and everyone, and so that's what came out of this project. So I had $50,000 to spend plus $50,000 match. So I started with $100,000 for this project. And he turned it into he said, we're dreaming big. And so that's the entire project that goes all the way from Highway 90 to the bay. And so we're nipping at this a little bit at a time. It's actually, the price tag on that project was $35 million. We're basing this, if you'll click a few more down, off of the Birmingham City Walk project. And I don't know if you've ever been to City Walk. It's that one right there. If you've ever been there, but they're under the interstate area is fabulous. You want to be there. You want to go there. They have lighting. They have walking tracks. They have a skating rink. They have a skate park. They have pickleball courts. They have a park. They have an amphitheater. It is so fabulous. And it is my dream to look this great up under the interstate. So this was our inspiration for how we came to all of that.
There's only one problem with this. There's not houses on both sides. That's the thing. We're getting calls about the skaters. We're getting calls about the lights. Then y'all plan on putting a basketball court. The neighbors is going to go off on that one.
Well, we're not putting a basketball court. It's not part of this project, but
it looks great. The pictures look great. Don't get me wrong, but some of the stuff may have to be moved around.
It may have to be.
You know, I mean,
and we already have
million.
moved it around some.
So, I mean, like I say, you know, my question is, how is this going to help the businesses there?
It brings activity to downtown. It brings people to downtown. The first, this past Friday, there were about 100 bikers that gathered there to meet. It enhances the area. It makes it a place that people want to gather and do things. So it brings people from all over. People come from Mobile and New Orleans and everywhere to ride their bikes over in downtown Biloxi. So they come to our restaurants and go to our bars, and it brings people and activity to the downtown, and it makes it feel safer. The more lighting you add, the safer it feels.
And it really does around there, but I'm just trying to look out for the other businesses that's not by here. There's only 2 businesses that benefit from this. I mean, the bikers, when they come there, there's only 2 businesses, correct?
Well, no, the bikers can ride to, they can ride to Half Shell and or Adventures and have a beer afterwards. It doesn't just benefit 2. They go through the entire downtown. And we used to, when we did Bike Biloxi on Tuesdays, we would stop at all sorts of different restaurants in the area, not just right there.
Right. I'm just hoping that we can incorporate the rest of the city to look like this.
Absolutely. That would be fabulous to be able to do more.
So,
this came out of a workshop that we did back in 2023, and this funding, this is the workshop we did at that time, and so at that time that's what this grant was written for, and it really will enhance the area. We're just trying to make it more attractive and to look better, and to make Biloxi the place that everybody wants to come and hang out and participate and do bike rides and come listen to concerts and go to community markets.
Now, question is, who has to maintain all this? See, we're fighting, budget time, and there's no money to cut grass.
All the lights that Main Street has ever installed, Main Street has changed, and all the string lighting we pay for. If the lights go out, we pay for them. Right now, there's a stretch of string lights out on Rue Magnolia, and I have contacted Lamy Electric to come and fix those himself, and I've just ordered new bulbs in order to repair those. So if a light needs to be replaced, we'll replace it.
Who pays the light bill?
They're LEDs, and they go along with whoever pays the light bill for under the interstate.
Yeah.
So it's in Ward 1 and Ward 2, and we're trying to make it so much better for you guys and to bring more people in the downtown. So it's a great thing.
And I agree with you. I mean, we need more people. Yeah, we got 50,000 people come here on the weekend, so we need to find something to keep them.
And it's $625,000 that the city is not having to provide to get this done. It's being done through grants and Main Street.
Anything else, Mr. Gray?
No, that's good.
Anybody on that item? Okay, keep going, Mr. Creel. Any other item? You're done. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Glavin, you made the second.
You ready? Ready for me?
Ready.
Okay. The one thing on the consent agenda, I noticed that we're reappointing Kyle Karan, Ward 6. He was my recommendation to the mayor, and the mayor appointed him. He's been on the commission since, I think, around 2013. He's a great asset to us on the planning commission. He brings high-level technical infrastructure experience, and that's through his background with institutional or industrial fluid handling. Why is that important? Because when he's looking at stormwater issues and drainage issues and all this development that is occurring in Biloxi, he's able to interpret that and bring that perspective on the planning commission. He has proven project and fleet management skills. His education is in project management from Colorado State University, and it gives him the exact skill set needed to analyze blueprints, multi-year timelines, and developer requests. And then finally, his dedicated leadership. Kyle served in the United States Marine Corps. He had multiple tours in Afghanistan, and I think that military experience gives him kind of the commitment and organizational skills and focus to do a good job on the planning commission. So I noticed he was on the consent. I was going to do some shout outs to him, and so he shouldn't have any problem sailing through this. And that's all I have for now, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. I'll open it up for any other items from any other councilman who may have an item.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Gray.
Question on Q. What do we need swimming software for? Meet manager for swimming. We're closing the pool.
This is something that we do every year, an annual renewal for the Meet Manager software that we utilize at the natatorium, which runs all of our swim meets, whether it's high school, clubs, summer league. They charge us an annual fee of renewal each year.
Okay, I've just seen on it, wanted to
Yes, sir.
know. I got one more here on the no wake zone for the Biloxi River by orangutans. Who's over this? Anybody?
You are. You want to talk about it?
Which item is that, Mr. Gray?
I don't mind speaking if I'm allowed to speak about it. I don't mind speaking about it if I'm allowed to.
Well, no, I'm just trying to figure out how this came about. Trust me, it is much needed.
Okay, let me go to Mr., what's your name? Shoemaker. Mr. Shoemaker, it's been a long night. Go ahead, Mr. Shoemaker.
It has been a long night. Yes, sir, it has. Councilman Gray, I brought it up, and we spoke about it with the administration, and then Rachel was very familiar with the process. We were not, and basically just because the damage to the piers and the wooden structure there and the boats when they're parked, it's a constant odors.
Battery.
I mean, you know, they don't slow down going through that area, and it's just tearing up the piers and damaging the piers some. And of course, when the boats are parked there, it's, you know, it's an issue, obviously, anytime for that. And I've spoken with the owner there, and we've discussed it at length. He asked me about it. We talked about it, and the process is lengthy, but that's where we are now. It's been to the DMR, if I'm not mistaken, and Harrison County Board of Supervisors has to approve it as well.
Right, I agree with it. I've been there, I've seen it firsthand. My thing is, who is going to enforce it?
DMR will. The DMR will. The process, as it's set up, is the city makes a request to the county, because only the county can request this from the DMR. The county will then turn around after they receive our request, and they will present it to the DMR. The DMR will have a meeting, a hearing on it. Once someone will need to be there to speak for it. If they approve it, it will come back down, and then it will be an official no-wake zone that is enforced by the DMR. This is very similar to what we did at Pops Ferry Causeway Park for public safety. Like you, I'm a boater, I see it. It's a public safety issue.
And my thing is, I'm hoping we can get this on both the walls by both the boat, by the harbors, because they fly through there. It's a wonder nobody got killed there yet coming out. Because I've witnessed that, just like I've witnessed this area here,
Where are
that
you
they
talking
fly.
about?
From the Small Craft Harbor and the Point Cadet Plaza.
It
That
is-
should be a no-wake zone, but they already know they get on the other side of the pylons, and they doing 60 mile an hour through there in the boat.
It is a no-wake zone.
Huh?
It is a no-wake zone.
It is, but nobody's there to force it, and there's no signs on the wall. The only sign's a little bitty one about like this. We got big blue painted squares, but there's no wake zone painted on it. It's just blue. So hopefully we can get them painted to save somebody's life, is all I'm trying to do. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Gray. Mr. Marshall, anything?
I'm tired, man. You won. You won.
I'm not going to pursue that. Mr. Nail? Nothing. Mr. Shoemaker, anything? Mr. Glavin, anything else? I have nothing. That being said, we'll go ahead and vote on the agenda, and then I'll come back and ask for exceptions. All in favor of the consent agenda? It's approved on a 7-0 vote. All right, we'll look for exceptions. Mr. Gray? Any
A.
exception? A?
Yep, that's all I have.
Is that it, or are you still looking?
No, that's it.
That's it. Mr. Marshall?
A. Exception.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Marshall?
That's it.
That's it, okay. Mr. Nail?
A.
All right, Mr. Creel, any exceptions?
Yes, sir. Item A, please.
Item A. Mr. Glavin, any exceptions?
No exceptions.
All right, Mr. Shoemaker?
A and C.
And I have no exceptions. Carrie, did you get all those? Thank you, ma'am. All right. That concludes the consent agenda. Mr. Creel, thank you for waiting patiently.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll start with code enforcement hearings. Mr. Creel, item A.
Item A, Frederick C. Alder, Frederick C. Alder, 2060 North Drive. That case has been resolved. Item B, Mal Van Tren, 341 Crawford Street. This property is still in violation.
Excuse me, I did all the talking up here. It's still in violation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is Mal Van Tren or his or her representative here to speak on the matter of 341 Crawford Street? 341 Crawford Street. There being no one, this hearing is closed. Excuse me, Mr. Nail. Mr. Nail had a question about item A. I was a bit quick on the gavel.
On item A, y'all didn't write them up for the school bus?
There's nothing we can find the school bus is in violation of. You know, a vehicle, in order to be in violation, has to be junked, partially dismantled, wrecked, or something along those lines. And there's none of that. The tires are all aired up. The vehicle is fine. It's parked behind the structure. It'd be no different than having an RV parked behind your house. So
That's what the neighbors has been arguing about, is the school bus.
yes, sir. And we just can't find anything that it's in violation.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Item C, Mr. Creel.
JCT Properties LLC, 251 Rayner Street. That case has been resolved. Item D, Joan S. White, 411 Post Lane. This property is still in violation. You may not be able to see it, but there's a tree down in the yard over there, a tree that fell on that left-hand side and overgrowth.
All right, is Joan S. White or her representative here to speak on the matter of 411 Post Lane? 411 Post Lane. There being no one, this hearing is closed.
Item E, Sang Van Tran, 680 Swan Lane. This property is still in violation.
All right, Sang Van Tran or his or her representative here to speak on the matter of 680 Swan Lane. Swan Lane. There being no one, this matter is closed.
Item F, Victor Humphrey, 205 Hoxie Street. That case has been resolved. Item G, Edward F. Dawson, 332 Cruces Street. This property is still in violation.
Is Mr. Edward F. Dawson or his representative here to speak on the matter of 332 Cruces Street? There being no one, this hearing is closed.
Item H, Constance Carpenter Estate, 126 Miramar Avenue. That case has been resolved. Item I, Marion D. Hill, 214 Elmer Street. This property is still in violation.
Is Marion D. Hill or her representative here to speak on the matter of 214 Elmer Street? Yes, ma'am. Ms. Hill, please come forward. If you would, just have a seat. You need to pull the mic close so we can hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Marion Denise Robinson. My property is at 214 Elmer Street. It was severely damaged in a fire, and I've come to the conclusion that it's not economically repairable. I have fully secured the property by boarding it up. It has a fence around it, and I have posted warning signs to prevent entry. I'm actively seeking demolition contractor, but the quote that I've received is extremely high, and I'm respectively requesting additional time to find a reasonable contractor with the cost. If the city demos the structure under Section Code 595D, the cost will be probably 2 to 3 times higher, which would create a severe financial hardship for me. I'm requesting a reasonable extension so I can complete the demolition. I'm acting in good faith. I have documented my efforts, and I respectfully request additional time to complete the demolition.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson. Mr. Marshall, comment?
I'm familiar with this. I'm familiar with the family. With 60 days, you're gonna need some time. I know you're financially strapped. I know that already. I know it's caught you off guard, but how much time are you looking at?
I would say 60 to 90 days max.
Mr. Creel, would that be okay? Can we work with her, please?
That's House burning in January.
I remember the house burning. I remember the house burning and everything. And I've been helping her, trying to figure out a way to get it fixed, but she don't have the money, she don't have the money.
Yeah, initially,
I want the house fixed, but you know me, but she's honest about it, she don't have the money. So 90 days, can we do that?
We don't have an objection to that.
Okay. I appreciate it, thank you.
Do you want to put that in the form of a motion?
Yes, I move that we give her a 90-day extension.
All right, so motion by Mr. Marshall. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Gray. Any discussion?
I'm just glad that no one got hurt.
Yes,
So that's amazing.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you, thank you.
I'll call for the question. All in favor of the 90-day extension for Ms. Robinson? It's approved on a 7-0 vote. Thank you very much, Ms. Robinson.
Thank you.
The next item, item J, Mr. Creel.
Tidewater Properties LLC, 2424 Martin Road. This case has been resolved.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm glad to hear it.
Or in the house.
Thank you, Mr. Creel. All right, that brings us to the routine agenda. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Mr. Creel,
Second.
second by Mr. Glavin.
No discussion.
Creel, no discussion. Mr. Glavin, any discussion?
No.
You scared me there for a moment, Mr. Glavin, but only for a moment. Any other questions or discussion on the routine agenda, Mr. Gray? Nothing? Okay. All right, there being none, all in favor of the routine agenda is presented. It's approved on a 7-0 vote for the clerk. Before we adjourn, I would like to remind everybody that we have a budget workshop scheduled for next Tuesday. We don't have a council meeting next Tuesday, but we do have a budget workshop Tuesday, August 11th at 1:30. And I'm thinking the topics would be, at this point, we've gone through, I believe, all the departments. Is that correct, Mr. Weaver? Thank you. We've never done it in this timely a manner. I appreciate the effort. What I'd like to do next Tuesday is just, if you'll bring your binders, make any questions you have for a final question or concern dealing with any departments. Hopefully we can go through them 30 to 60 minutes and have that part of our agenda done. Again, the following week on the 18th, we'll be discussing non-departmentals. And after that, I think we've got another budget workshop on the 25th, and that should wrap it up. So, Mr. Creel, you also had a comment.
Quick question, quick announcement, if I would. I'd like, and I don't want to adjourn in memory of, so to speak, but I'd like to adjourn in favor of Rachel Quave and thank her for all of her years and dedication to the city of Biloxi, for which she's done. We wish her the absolute best in her endeavors going forward, and know you always still have a home in Biloxi. So thank you. I appreciate all your hard work.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, or was that your motion, Mr.
That was it.
Second.
Second by Mr. Glavin. I'm sorry, I write all this down. I apologize. All right, all in favor of the motion to adjourn? All right, all opposed, there being none, that's approved on a 7-0 vote. Another 7-0 vote. And the time is 8:40, I have 8:41 for the clerk.
That's a record, Mr. President. Good job.
Yeah, records are meant to be broken. All right. Thank everybody for sticking with us. It's been a long meeting. We appreciate your attendance and engagement. Thank you. We're adjourned.